Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Threat Williams back again with another video. Today, I'm going to take you guys on my educational journey from high school to grad school. And in this video, I'm going to explain to you where my mindset was when I was that 17-year-old kid to now 45-year-old adult. So, as you can see, what I got on the screen right here for you guys is the high school transcript for me. And I graduated from Quantico High School and on June 3rd, 1992. That was my counselor's name, Mrs. Richardson. I can't remember her first name, but I think it was Melinda. I'm not sure. But if you look over here in grade 9, English, I had a C, which I've never been that good in English. Taking English classes. I never scored a really high grade in English. High, that I, would excel in. Global studies, I got a D. Now, I don't remember what global studies was. I think they call it social studies now. Maybe that's it. Math 1 was a C. Physical science, D. PE and health 9, A and a C. Always good at PE. And health 9, I don't remember what that was. Spanish 1, I got a D. And I don't even remember taking this course in the ninth grade. So, I don't remember taking that. I remember taking it in the 10th grade. I don't know. Maybe I'm confused. Okay, moving on. From 89 to 90, we moved to Quantico, Virginia. My dad was a Marine. And we came from Lejeune High School. That was in North Carolina, Camp Lejeune. In English 10, I got a D minus. World History, C plus. General Math, I got a B. So as you can see from math, I did improve. I went from a C in the 9th grade, math 1, to a B in general math. Biology, D minus. PE, I got a A minus. Health, and I don't remember what this dread, I don't remember what it is, but I got a C plus. Art, I got a D plus. Now, I could draw pretty good, not probably from memory. I forget what the term is, but I can look at something, a scene or anything I can see, and I can draw it. But I think I remember altercation I got in with the art teacher because she kept criticizing my work, and I didn't like that. As a young kid, I didn't like people criticizing, my work. That was something I had to learn later on in life about accepting criticism. And I think that probably hurt my grade. And after that, I just, stopped caring about art, in that class. Moving on to grade 11, 1990 to 91. English 11. I had failed English 11. And I can't remember the teacher's name, but I remember I was playing football. And she kept complaining to the coach that, young Larry, he's failing my class. You got to get on him, And so the coach would come to me. He didn't really like dealing with the teachers. And he would come to all the students because it wasn't just me. It was a lot of people doing bad in her class. And he would get on us, get her off her back, get her off his back. And so, we would try to bring our grades up. But, at the time, we were more concerned about sports, football, soccer, and things like that. But I had to go to summer school in that summer to pass the 11th grade for English. U.S. history, I got a D minus. Algebra 1, part 1, I got a B. Art 2, I got a B plus. Now this is the same teacher from 89 to 90. I think her name was Mrs. S. Stathopoulos, I think her name was. And I actually got a B plus in my junior year. Basic technical drawing. This was a fun class. And so this was more like we were drawing floor plans, and things like that. Was pretty cool. Principles of psychology. Now, this is my major right here. I got a D minus in this class. Social psychology. I got a C in this class. Okay, English 11. See, I had to go to summer school for this class right here. So I went from, I failed it with an F in junior year. So I went to summer school. I can't remember the school. I think it was Potomac High School. So I got a C in that class. Grade 12. This is my senior year. English 12. C. Government. C. I remember my government teacher's name was Mr. Craig. His wife taught psychology. She was Mrs. Craig. Algebra 1, Part 2, got a C minus. So I actually dropped, I think, where was it at? Yeah, so I got a B here and actually dropped a grade. Wood tech, that's, small, shop class. Everybody loves shop class, man. Shop class was cool. Psychology 3, got a C. Psychology 4, I got A plus. So, from these early psychology classes, that's when my interest started peaking, in psychology. Small engine repair, I got a B minus. The small engine repair class, this was a fun class. We had to basically take a broken lawnmower, and we had to gather all the parts. This guy volunteered to give us old lawnmower parts, and part of the class was to put these lawnmowers together, and we had to crank them in order to pass the class. And our teacher, he was a actual mechanic, and that was our passing grade. We had to crank these lawnmowers, and that was a fun class. So at the end of my high school journey, my GPA was 1.914. I was ranked 34 in a class of 39 based on 7 semesters. 1.914. Okay, now let's see. Before I jump to the next one, my mindset at the time, in high school was I didn't take school seriously, as you can see based on my grades. They weren't terrible, but they weren't good either. My parents always stressed it to me that, I could do better. But I was really upset about the English, but I took responsibility for that. This went to summer school. So my GPA was very low. It was terrible. I couldn't get into like a good 4-year college. My counselor recommended that I go to a community college to bring those grades up. But at the time I was like, I just finished high school. I'm not trying to go to college. Let me do something else. So henceforth, I joined the military. And I didn't take school seriously again. Now, I graduated in 92. I didn't take school seriously again until 2011, 2010. And during that time in the military, I think I took maybe 3 or 4 classes. I took like Japanese 1 and 2, Spanish again, and some other classes with the University of Maryland. That was big in the military. And I took some in Hawaii when I was stationed there. So I didn't really get, serious again until 2011, around that time. Okay, now we're going to my associates that I earned. Now, let's see, bring this up. Okay, I got Associates of Science with the International Sports Science Association. This is a school out in California. I'm not really going to go over the fitness courses, the electives, things like that. But as you can see from the right, all these certification courses I did, you can see a big improvement on my grades that I've been taking. Anatomy and physiology, I got an A. Certified fitness trainer, I got an A in that. English, I got a B plus. Just can't seem to get an A in English, but it's okay. Introduction to sociology, I got an A minus. If I wasn't majoring in psychology, it would have been sociology. Fitness nutrition, I got an A minus. History, I got a B. Now, I remember in high school in history, I was rocking D's and C's. Exercise therapy, I got an A minus. College math, B+. General psychology, B+. I got a certification in senior fitness, A-. I took a business class. This was motivation and performance, about motivating employees in the workforce. I got a B in there. I got a youth fitness certification, working with youth in the school about their fitness, talking about childhood obesity, and I got a B+ there. My GPA for the term was a 3.17. The cumulative GPA was a 3.47. So as you can see from that high school GPA to my first associate's degree, it was a big jump. Mindset had changed. I got more mature. I started viewing life differently. Back then, I didn't care. It was all about me. I just wanted to do me, do whatever I wanted to do, and when I matured, got in the military, started learning more discipline. I started taking more college classes, more school. I started taking school seriously, and it starts to show. And that's with anybody. Once you start putting your mind to something and you take it seriously, you will always improve on whatever you do. So that was a big jump to 3.47. Okay, let me go on to my bachelor's, and this was with Kaiser University. Yeah, Kaiser University. Let's see. Okay, and I started Kaiser University in June 30th, 2014. So this was right after I had retired in the military. So I retired in 2013. So I took a year off and I got serious again. I said, you know what? I'm retired now. Let me go full time with this. So I went to school full time. Took an intro to computers class. This was a Microsoft course that was pretty easy. Just I couldn't manage to pull off an A, but I got a B in there. Human anatomy and physiology, A. Sports medicine, first aid, I got a B. Health appraisal and wellness, I got a B. And these, let me see. Yeah, these were the first 4 courses that I took. Okay. Exercise physiology, B. Exercise leadership, C. Sports administration and law, B. Sports psychology, B. Principles of health and wellness, B. Nutrition and weight management, C. I didn't really like that class. There was a lot of math in that class, and I don't do math really that well, while I was taking that course. Now I can do pretty well in it now. These, I did an internship or externship at a gym because the degree was in sports medicine, and all we got there was pass or fail. So that's why the reason for the P's are there. American literature, I got a B. So remember high school English and all those English courses, I was failing, got D's, got C's. I got a B. In American literature. Speech, got a B. Sports business management, got an A. Exercise leadership, I got a C. Moving on. Exercise programming for special populations, I received a B. Statistics, A. A in statistics. Now remember what I said, I was never really good in math, back then. So before I took this course right here, this statistics course, I knew it was coming up. So I actually got on YouTube and I started learning from other people about, statistics. And it was like free, man. These are like college professors and, just people in general, teaching statistics for free to students and anybody who wanted to learn. And what they were showing me made more sense to me. So when it's time for me to take the statistics course, I excelled at it. So, D's and C's in math in high school and in the associates. And now, I'm in undergrad, I'm rocking an A. Applied kinesiology, B. Strength training and conditioning, A. Advanced care and preventive of athletic injuries, I got a B. Corrective exercise techniques, B. Nutrition and health exercise, A. Stress management, A. Research methods in health and human performance, A. Now this research method, this prepared me for what I was going to do for my graduate degree, because it taught me more about, or what I was about to expect going into graduate program about researching, looking at, methodologies and studies. Sports marketing, B. Critical thinking, B. Writing for managers, B. And I got one more. Communications professionals, B. Workforce diversity, got an A. Integrated studies in sports medicine, capstone, I got an A in that course. This capstone was very in-depth for me because I did it on the obesity in American truck drivers. And it was about a 35-page paper that I wrote. I did a presentation on it. I went to truck stops here in Jacksonville, Florida, talked to some of the truckers. I developed an exercise program for them. If anyone's interested in seeing that program, or if you're a trucker or you have someone in the trucking community that they think they can benefit from it, let me know. I'll give you the presentation that you can show them. It's pretty in depth with the plan and everything, how they can use their truck and things in their truck to exercise more. And it also has like a nutrition plan also. Okay, and I think that was it for the undergrad. So on my way to the undergrad, my bachelor's, I earned the associates also from Kaiser in the same sports medicine. And I earned the bachelor's of science in sports medicine. So in my GPA, the cumulative was 3.21. The term GPA was 3.70. All right. On to grad school. Now, when I chose my grad major, like I said, I remember when I talked about high school, how I was introduced to psychology. That's what I went to grad school for, still going grad school for. And so I'm going to show you my grad school grades. And let me find those. Take this. All right, here we go. Grad school. Okay. Foundations of Psychology, A. I'm not going to read all these. You guys can see. So I got all A's for my master's in psychology. And that is something I'm going to tell you that I'm very proud of, because this was a lot of work. This was a lot of thinking, critical thinking, a lot of research that I had to do on a lot of these courses. There was a lot of times where I had to, take a step back, rethink, reorganize myself, get a different thought pattern going on, and basically apply myself to knowledge, to education. So going from that 1.9 in high school to, I think with these, see, I had an A minus and A minus. My GPA now is a 3.9, which is outstanding for me. And me personally, going from who I was as a, young kid in high school, from, from when I showed you from 10th grade to 12th grade to now, at 45 years old, earned the master's in psychology with straight A's. It just tells me that no matter where I was in the past, it's not who I really am, or who I am is not going to dictate who I am in the future or in the present. So I can learn from the past, and I'll mature along the way, and it's going to change my entire mentality and allow me to focus on something. So I thought about this. It didn't mean that I wasn't smart enough in high school. It meant that I wasn't applying myself. I wasn't taking school seriously at the time. And it took a lot of discipline. It took a lot of growing up, a lot of maturity on my behalf, and a lot of mistakes on my behalf to get to where I am now. So with anyone who is, struggling through life or through school, look at your past. Don't let it dictate your future. Learn from the past, and you will always excel in these things. And I hope this video, was helpful to some people, because I wanted to use myself as an example for people, especially adults who are going through school and are struggling through school, because, there are some times where I'm doing schoolwork and I'm like, you know what, I'm tired of this. But you always got that little someone in your ear, telling you to keep going, keep pushing, and it's going to be okay, man. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you got any questions or anything, send me a note, comment below. Thank you, and I appreciate your time.